The only diet that will actually work, guaranteed results. And it's not clickbait at all. This is not, I'm not a clickbait guy. By now you guys know I'm trying to really add value to all of your lives. This is one diet that will guaranteed work for each and every individual who tries it. So stay tuned, watch the entire video. You're going to learn a lot in this video, and I really hope you pay attention to it. The only diet that will actually work, and the only thing that's extremely important when it comes to dieting.
Yeah, I'm so fly, look to my left, I see a spaceship.
And by now you guys know I've spoken a lot about energy balance and how many calories you consume. It's always about calories in versus calories out. So when you start a diet or you start anything, and we're going to talk from a bodybuilding perspective as well as a lifestyle perspective today. When you start dieting, the first most important thing is your energy balance. That means how many calories you need to maintain the weight you're at. So if you're consuming 3000 calories and you're doing whatever lifestyle you're living, whatever lifestyle you have, sedentary, active, whatever it is, and you at 3000 calories you're maintaining your body weight, your muscle mass, and that's where you are completely steady. To lose body fat or to lose weight, you're going to have to consume less than that. So that would probably be 2700 calories, 2500 calories, 2200 calories. Similarly, to gain weight, you're going to add some calories over that, and you taper down the calories slowly and steadily. Similarly, if you're gaining weight, you taper it up slowly and steadily. Now, calories are the most important thing when you want to lose weight. So that means if you're eating 2500 calories, you are going to lose weight regardless of what you do. And if those calories come from alcohol, if they come from fat, they come from protein, if they come from carbs, it won't matter if you're burning more calories than what you're consuming. From a bodybuilding perspective, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is those macros in that calorific deficit. So there are certain macronutrient ratios that you would want to follow to maintain muscle mass, out of which your protein intake is extremely important. So if you're consuming 2500 calories, and let's say you have to consume 200 grams of protein for whatever body weight you're at, so out of that 800 calories are gone. Now your protein intake is something I would not want you to play around with, because protein is crucial to hold on to muscle. To maintain muscle mass while gaining, you need a certain amount of protein. To gain muscle mass, protein is something you cannot do without at any cost. The next macronutrient that will matter is your carbohydrates and fat. Now carbs and fats have had a lot of controversies in the past. A lot of people used to believe that fat is not good and you should not consume fat. And this was a trend around 10-15 years back where people deemed fat as evil and eradicated fat from their diets. And everyone started marketing products saying low fat product or low fat this, no fat in this product. And people start believing that fats are what cause obesity, or consuming fats is what is bad. Then came the ketogenic diets, and people start believing that carbs are evil. And they say that carbs are the reason you have cholesterol, carbs are the reason you have diabetes, and they deemed carbs as negative. They just labeled carbs as something you should not consume, and they went on an extremely high fat diet, low carb diet. Now what I'm here to tell you is that both of them are incorrect. You need to do everything in moderation, and it's fine if you do a ketogenic diet, it's also fine if you do a high carb diet, but nothing is evil. It depends on the person, how they react to foods. So no, you do not need to cut out carbs if your body is responding to carbs really well and you do well on carbs, unless you have a predisposed metabolic condition or you have something like diabetes which is not allowing you to eat carbohydrates. So there's no point cutting it out. Please do not fall for these extreme measures, and watch the other videos on the YouTube channel before you decide to go for these measures. So once you have your protein intake in place, you need to focus on your fat and your carbohydrate intake. Now when I talk about macros, what I want to basically say is that I need your macros to be consistent. So let's say you've got 200 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and 50 grams of fat as your set macros, and that's where your starting point is. That is the most important thing. And when you have those set macros consistently for weeks, you will see results. So how this diet will work for you, or any diet will work for you, is when you make small changes to your calorific intake. That means if you're consuming 2500 calories and you reduce some calories, it can be from carbs or fats, depending on how your diet is made or placed. So if it's ketogenic diet, you're probably going to reduce your fats. If it's a high carb diet, you'll probably reduce your carbs. Sometimes you'll reduce both your carbs and your fats. Sometimes you'll reduce both and you'll increase your protein intake. But that depends on the kind of diet you are following. But what matters is that if you're consuming 2500, you're going to reduce to 2300. And when you do that, you will lose weight. Your body doesn't have an option but to lose weight. Similarly, when you get stagnant at 2300, you reduce it to 2100, or you'll add some cardio. What is going to matter here again is energy balance. That means you can add some cardio and you're burning more calories over what you normally did throughout your day, and that means you're going to lose more fat. And this is science. This is as basic as it gets. There is no loophole around it. There's no fad diet. There's no secret. There's nothing like a ketogenic diet being more effective, because it's not. What is effective is being on a calorific deficit and doing that consistently. Similarly, gaining muscle is being on a calorific surplus and doing that consistently. Obviously, the more advanced you are, the more advanced an athlete, or the longer you've done this, the more you know about your body. That means you know what you're performing better at. You perform better with, are you performing better with carbohydrates or with fats, and you taper those levels around. So the point of this video is that what is important is a macro based diet and being consistent with your calories. That means consistently logging in your macros. So what I'm trying to say here is, guys, you don't need to not follow ketogenic diet, or I'm not saying don't follow paleolithic diet, or I'm not saying don't follow intermittent fasting. Follow whatever diet works for you, whatever you can adhere to, whatever you prefer to do. But the only thing that is going to matter is your macros and your calorific intake. So what you need to learn about is your macronutrient ratios and the calories you need to consume to gain or lose weight. And that is going to give you guaranteed results. Now, you choose if you're doing ketogenic diet, you choose if you're having a burger a day. Yeah, you can have a burger a day and still lose body fat if you are in a macronutrient, if you are in a calorific deficit. If you adhere to your macros and you know that you're having that burger, so you need to remove some fats from your egg white, from your egg yolks, or you want to reduce some fatty meat or some fatty fish, and you can still adhere to your calorific deficit. That means the number of calories you're eating to be in a deficit by the end of the day, you are still going to lose weight. So that's the thing. It's not restrictive. It's not restrictive eating. It's just about logging in your macros day in and day out and being consistent with it. And there is no way this diet will not work, because you are consistently being in a deficit, which is the only thing that matters when you're losing weight. All in all, guys, what I'm trying to say here is follow what diet you like, follow what diet you prefer. Just make sure your macros are in place, make sure your calories are in place, and you will get guaranteed results. Now, if you guys want to learn more about nutrition, about different diets, about how to make your macros work for you, how to make changes to your diet, about everything that I know about nutrition or I've learned about nutrition, I have written a book on nutrition, and the book is in the description. It's going to give you a great insight into what you need to do and how you can go about this process of transforming your body, or performing better, or gaining weight, or losing weight, or whatever your goals are. The book is written in a way that you can learn everything that I know, what I'm trying to teach you, why this channel, and more, because it's very well structured. So you can check out that book in the description. If you do not want to purchase the book, fair enough, stay updated on the YouTube channel. We are going to still push out content that will help add value to your lives. Thank you for watching, guys. We at Brown Boy Aesthetics are here to inspire, educate, and motivate. I hope you're liking our content. If you do, hit that thumbs up, comment below, give us your input. We look forward to interacting with you guys.